just because you're not going to be doing enough sustained auto attacks to really take advantage of that, and you want to have your abilities get that additional armor penetration to the last Whisper. So probably could have done better. Or, I mean, if he didn't want to go that route, he could have also simply just built tankier. Built for cooldown reduction with the Spirit Visage or something along those lines to give him higher survivability against Coco as well. And increase his amount of CC every fight. I don't know. I don't think the Blade was a good choice. But let's get on to the next game.
That's right. Picks and bans, time for game number 2. Xenics Falcons versus Xenics Storm. Here on our first match of day 2 of Champions Winter, the Syndra ban against Coco, and of course the Red Side and Italy ban. It's going to be very common all season long, or at least until there's some more patch changes anyway.
We've actually just reversed the bans right here. So last game when Xenics was on the blue side, they banned Syndra and Elise. And now the Xenics Falcons taking a different route, keeping the Lee Sin away from Axion. It was the first pick for Xenics Storm in the last game.
Yeah, and I feel like Swift's Lee Sin play was not exactly inspiring as well. Didn't look too comfortable on the champion, which is weird to say about a Korean jungler not being comfortable again on Lee Sin, but...
And there's the Gragas, the respect ban against Coco. Yeah. So leaving that Kassadin up if they want to take him again, although the Kassadin really wasn't the reason why Xenics Storm won that game.
Yeah.
Although Coco did play very well on Kassadin and it got them the early lead, it wasn't really, they couldn't get enough momentum out of it to close.
You know, he did, but we did see times too where Coco got caught and we saw that Kassadin
he's got blown up a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. So, still a risky enough pick that they're willing to let Xenics Storm have it.
Well, some options here. Olaf going to be available again. Lucian taking it immediately this time around.
Yeah, Lucian is just going to be such a hotly contested pick this season with the poke siege comps that we see now. And Renekton and Olaf picked up. That's a scary duo.
Certainly is, but they've got a lot of options. Obviously, Viso played a great game on Shyvana last time.
Yeah.
Had some really clutch ultimates and created a lot of fantastic zones on the carries.
Yeah.
Of Xenics Storm. So obviously comfortable in that Shyvana Renekton matchup as well.
Well, 2 more picks over to the Xenics Falcons side. Let's see what they decide to go with.
I mean, not a lot can be said about the team compositions right now. It wouldn't surprise me to see Starlast move over to Sona this time around.
Would make sense. The Sona Lucian lane has been pretty popular already this season.
The solution.
That's right. It's called the solution.
Wow, a Zyra pick would really surprise me after the Zyra nerfs, but there we go. Not going to see that. Ooh, Nunu, we may be looking at another double AD composition. And
exactly. No, maybe not. Maybe Reaper's just going to play Riven, and there's a Zyra pickup for support. All right.
Zyra's nerfs really hurt her damage output.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the first Zyra we've seen on support in Champions Winter so far, and granted, this is only the 8th game, but not really seen as a priority pick by most support players these days, so Starlast maybe have been put into a position of discomfort after the Annie ban.
I mean, the thing is, too, is that Zyra still has a lot of the utility that she always did, but it's the damage. I mean, it's the ability of Zyra to straight up duel, actually, as a support that made her so valuable. And will the utility be enough? Starlast thinks it is, but unfortunately, Zyra Lucian doesn't blend together as well as Sona Lucian. Xylution just sounds like some sort of medication that you take for some terrible disease. So ask your doctor if Xylution is right for you.
And yeah, an Orianna pickup here would be fantastic, especially if they're going to go for the Shyvana again and maybe put Axion on another aggressive jungling Riven, like he would have Olaf. And there we go, the Orianna's locked in.
That makes sense.
We may also see Miso on it up in the top lane, but this is where I really want to see the Shyvana again. Orianna Shyvana as a combo is just so strong.
Yep, and there is the Shyvana. We saw yesterday, looks like we're going to see it again today.
We're going to see a lot of Shyvana Lulu, Shyvana Ori for a while.
Oh yeah. I like it. And I mean, the thing is getting that combo off and then putting on Zyra's ultimate underneath it all is a very strong wombo combo. They do have that, but the Fiddlesticks is going to be the pickup there.
So Reaper maybe playing some mid lane Zyra this time.
Yeah,
that would
be.
That would be quite interesting. Now,
or mid fiddle, I guess too, but I don't know about that. I'd love to see it.
I don't know about anything Reaper does, so
you never know. Reaper is one of those guys that will just pull out anything at any time.
I didn't think he was going to jungle Gangplank last season either, but he proved me wrong.
That's true. We could see the middle sticks. But I think you're right. I think it probably is going to be more likely that mid Zyra.
They've got a lot of turret pressure, though. Why I like the mid Zyra is your plants are going to be able to do a lot of damage, and you're going to be able to siege turrets very effectively. I mean, the Ori's here as well. There's really I have no idea what's going on with this composition, though.
It's very odd, yeah. We've never quite seen anything just like this in Champions before.
We've got no AD carry here, so, I mean, it could be, I don't know what this is. I mean, we've got the Lucian, but...
Right. Well, Lucian isn't so much of an AD carry as in the traditional sense of going in and fighting
he's
and doing a lot of damage.
He's a lane bully, and he's used for taking objectives right here as well. So
yeah,
Jungle Fiddlesticks looks like it's.
Oh wow, no way.
Okay, here we go. This is how it's all going to shake out. So top lane Riven, and we're going to see the Jungle Fiddlesticks from Axine. So they do have some good turret pressure here. Again, the culling is typically used to knock people off the turrets here. They can use the plants as well to create zones, and the Orianna Ball to create zones, and the Fiddlesticks to fear people off turrets, so they could push quite hard. And there we go, the old Reaper picture is back.
That's right. He's got fire in his eyes now, cold, icy fire.
Well, Zed picked up by Coco, so Coco's still preferring a lot of these mid lane assassins even after the nerfs. Arrow getting back onto Ezreal, and they've just got a very well-balanced team composition this time around.
Yeah, they do.
They've got some good options in terms of team fighting and split pushing. They've still got some pretty, some pretty decent big potential. So just an overall well-rounded composition from Xenics Storm. They've got a lot of versatility in the way they can play.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Jin Falcons, on the other hand, with their team comp, they're going to be looking mostly to zone people off of turrets and take towers.
We'll see if they can.
They can cause a lot of chaos, though, here as well. It's another kind of all-in comp. I mean, when you go in with Fiddlesticks and Riven, they have a lot of AoE CC.
Well, Reapered, and more Reaper. That's the theme today, guys. The game is loading up, though. Jin Falcons versus Xenics Storm Game 2. Let's do it. Now with Najin's Sword Watch, we had the hair drop for the intro. I don't know what to really call that one.
The back turn.
The torso drop?
Torso drop.
Who knows? Well, at any rate, welcome to Summoner's Rift. Jin Falcons versus Xenics Storm, game number 2. The Falcons down a game to relative newcomers, Xenics Storm, you know, who's been around the scene for a long time, but this team itself, this group of players is a bit on the new side. I feel like that showed a bit last game, but they were able to come up with a win anyway. So certainly a lot of talent in there as well.
Well, and they're falling back on some comfort picks as well.
Yeah, that's
3
true.
of the same champions that they had last time.
A lot of safety there.
And Coco playing on another mid lane assassin, and Swift playing on what a lot of people consider one of the most broken OP champions in the current patch. So,
hey, you know, if it's broke, don't fix it, right? That's how the thing goes? I don't know. Probably not.
Now this Jin Air Falcons team composition is just quite odd. It could work really well. Again, they do have a lot of AoE CC coming out of Zyra, Riven, Fiddlesticks, and Orianna. So there is a possibility for some sort of crazy all-in wombo combo right here with Lucian shooting the culling all right over the top of it. But it's also going to be very difficult to make that happen. Reaper taking Command Protect first against Zed is relatively common.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you can always farm just fine with the auto attack, and the Razor Shurikens are going to definitely be a point of concern. So why not take that Command Protect? And it looks like it will be a red buff steal for Jin Falcons.
It's going to go for the mirrored red buff steal right here.
We're going to trade the red buffs. That's right. And Axine going to get that red buff start. So with Axine now, he has an opportunity to be a bit more aggressive, and we'll see if he does that. I'm really curious to see if we're going to see a lot of counter ganking coming in from Swift. She was surprised to be on camera.
So we do see Kim Goon getting the read right here. And wow, forcing that flash very early on. Swift going red straight into a ghost gank.
Yeah.
Wasting no time to make an aggressive play. And again, they're trying, we talked about this before the match, but the way Xenics Storm really likes to play is to feed Coco early on. Swift really places a high premium on the mid lane and making sure that Coco gets a lot of kills.
Yeah.
And so already after a single buff, putting on some pressure, Kim Goon, again, got the read, went to the little golems to pick up some experience while the minion wave was frozen in top lane by Roar and Starlast. So a nice way to get a little bit, but we may see an early dive right here, actually. Xenics getting in, or they're just going to use the Fiddlesticks.
They can also pressure the tower. You know, we've seen the Fiddlestick Spear be effective in getting that early tower damage fast. That's why the Caitlyn Fiddlesticks combo was so popular for a while in Champions.
All right, Swift's coming up, but he may not be able to do a lot against this. Depends on what Xenics is actually leveled right here. We can't really see it right now, but they've already got the turret down to 50%, forcing Swift's hand. But a nice little bit of timing there from Xenics in order to get both buffs and land right when the big piled minion wave hits the turret.
Yeah.
And look at the damage already being laid down by here by the Falcons.
Yeah, really pushing that aggressively. Give good slicing and dicing in to try to get a bit of damage done onto Roar. And they will have to back up as that minion wave dies off.
Actually trying to go back right now. Look at this
Miso. Miso in a bit of trouble, gets flayed in as well. Arrow putting a lot of damage down onto the top laner, and he's going to have to recall.
Bit of an interesting follow right here from Kim Goon back to the golems again.
Yeah.
Alongside Swift. So they're trying to just get him as much experience as they can so that he can survive and make sure that this turret doesn't go down. Peekaboo and Arrow doing a decent job. Miso with a nice little dodge out of the death sentence.
Roar gets stunned, but you really don't want to go in on Zyra Lucian like that, and Miso has to stay in lane a bit low. Now recalling, decides to finally go through with it. And so if we look at this mid lane, the CS pretty even between these guys. Not a lot of trading being done, but here comes Swift again. Reaper walking towards the bush at the wrong moment. Gets hit with that undertow and no flash. He goes down. Reaper gives up first blood for the second game in a row. This time, Coco grabs it. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, Reaper, that's the second time he's played overly aggressive when he didn't know where the jungler was.
Yeah.
That's then the second Swift-assisted kill, first blood, onto Reaper. Miso now going to the mid lane. They're just trying to get the Riven versus Zed matchup right here and make a little bit of a lane swap.
Yep. And meanwhile, Kim Goon goes in onto Starlast and Roar. Roar taking a lot of damage, so Kim Goon has to back off after that Ignite goes down from Starlast. Swift still in lane. Roar, oh man, gets hit with the undertow and nearly dies. Needs to be very careful there.
Yeah, they'll back off. But that was a nice all-in attempt there.
Yeah.
On the 2v2. Nearly successful. And it was successful, at least, in relieving the top lane pressure for a moment.
Yeah, that's the real win with that one, is that they're able to save that turret for a little bit longer. And Xenics comes in. They want to get a kill onto Arrow. Arrow has to use that Arcane Shift to get away. And he'll be fine, not having to even flash, so no big issue there for him.
Well, this Fiddlesticks is having a hard time getting some levels right now. Finally, he managed to hit level 5 in the lane.
Yeah.
So, pretty going to be a little bit delayed on getting that level 6, however, considering he spent a lot of time just kind of waiting in and around the lanes.
Right.
But Swift in a similar boat at the very least. But, I mean, you're just not going to be effective on that Fiddlesticks until you really hit level 6 in terms of ganking in most situations, particularly against well-warded lanes.
You know, I really always wish that with Olaf's ultimate, it would just make like this Viking boat appear, and then he would just chase you with that instead. They're going to get the slow, they're going to dive in, there's a death mark onto Reaper. Did they do enough damage? They did indeed, and they get out clean too. Meanwhile, Kim Goon a bit low, but gets back to the turret just in time.
And again, we see these early realms from Peekaboo. He is in weird places that you don't expect a support to be in. This is his style of play. He likes to lead lanes.
I like this a lot,
I mean, it's working now, but once teams get a read on that, when he doesn't appear in lane, you run the risk of the enemy.
Oh, they grab Axine. Now it's a death sentence after the play, and Axine running away. He's got the Ignite down on him. There's a kill, and Coco gets another one. Already 3-0. Oh, he has the flash, avoiding Miso. Can Miso get there? Nice play from Peekaboo, giving his life for his fed mid laner. Now that is how you have to play support. Meanwhile, it looks like they're going on into Roar. Gimgoon chasing him down for that kill. Starlast, can he wrap him up? He can for the moment. Will he be able to save him? Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, more action. Roar coming back in. Coco very low as well. He's going to finally escape. At the end of all that, no more deaths, but man, a few tense moments.
And
for both
Peekaboo
teams.
using the death sentence into the race in order to get over the wall to prevent himself from dying right there.
Yeah.
So actually the Jin Air Falcons don't in fact pick up any kills. And again, they find themselves in a situation very similar to last game, where they have an advantage, or they had an advantage in turret pressure, but Arrow was left all alone down there while Miso roamed up to mid, so they lose the first turret as well.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I mean, Reaper just given up 2 kills already, 2 in that mid lane. Just not looking so good for Falcons. Meanwhile, Arrow gets a bit low. Ignite gets popped by Miso onto him. He's going to be able to arcane shift over the wall and get away. Takes the lantern. Roar's still a bit low, but still in lane. Swift trying to chase him down, but I don't think he's going to catch him. It doesn't look that way. Oh, wow, he turned around the last moment. What was Roar thinking? I can't believe he turned around into
He was
that.
trying to dodge the undertow, but actually he probably should have just kept running in that situation. Axie,
Yeah.
however, waiting right there. He's got his ultimate. He's going to start channeling it. What can he do?
Troll Storm over the wall. It's a surprise party, and Gimgoon and Swift are invited. Can he chase him down? Swift gets away. The undertow helping out, and Axie not able to get any revenge there. And now Coco has an easy dive, but I don't think he can get to him before the recall goes off.
And we're getting into a situation with a fed Zed here very early on in the game, and this is just terrifying.
Oh, wow.
It is.
We're
We're both
today,
scared.
aren't we? It's like we've been doing this for a year or something.
All right, well, Reaper in
Reaper,
trouble.
not
Peekaboo
again.
here.
Not like this. Oh, Reaper comes in with the shock blade, prevents a little bit of damage from Coco, but can he get away? No, he can't, but Arrow comes in with the kill steal. I like it. KSing like a boss.
Yeah, again, very nice team coordination from Xenics Storm, and they are well on their way to 2-0ing the Jin Air Falcons in a pretty impressive fashion.
Yep.
I love seeing the new Xenics Storm aggression.
This is great, man. I mean, this is like they brought China to the Korean scene. I mean, it really feels that way.
Yeah, they're all about these kind of very early on dives, these very unexpected rotations, and teams are going to have to watch out. The risk you run in this situation if you're Xenics Storm is that if teams know that you do this, they know that that Peekaboo's going to be wandering around the map. They'll buy a few extra wards, throw them in the lanes, and then when they see you leave, they're just going to all in you. So it is counterable, but the Jin Air Falcons simply do not appear prepared to deal with this Xenics Storm playstyle.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see. I like it a lot. So, decent lead at 10 minutes for Xenics Storm, and you have to think that the morale for the Jin Air Falcons is just absolutely in the dumpster at this point, especially for Reaper. It's 0-3-0, and he gets caught with the death sentence again. Play back, and now here comes Coco. Reaper is about to go 0-4-0 in just 11 minutes.
I mean, at a certain point, there's just not anything he can do anymore because
he's
the Ignites are just raining down on him. I mean, that time it was Peekaboo's Ignite that he got hit with in addition to the Death Mark.
Yeah.
And when Zed already has the Brutalizer, or already has the Bilgewater Cutlass, you're just, as Oriana, you're just not going to survive that. And he's been very careful about taking Command Protect and the Seeker's Arm Guard, but he's been out of position, and I mean, they're gunning for him. Xenics Storm is gunning for him.
Peekaboo is really one of the best supports I've seen in a long time at using the terrain to create picks. Coming in from the outside, and look at that again, hiding in that brush, brings in Fiddlesticks and gets the kill onto Axine. Yeah, I mean, Peekaboo is just terrifying. It's got to be Peekaboo, man. The way he hides behind brush, behind walls, and pops out and causes ganks, definitely Peekaboo.
I mean, he's a very unique support player here in Champions in terms of what he does and how deep he's willing to go.
Anticipating the move from Miso, but they can't quite get the kill still. Props for trying. I like it. I'm going to be impressed by that.
Well, they're now just putting huge pressure down on the Bucks as well.
Barrage.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage comes through just to see what he can pick up. And actually, Swift manages to steal the buff right there, hits him with an undertow to get out.
Yep. That's right. He's just going to recall, and Coco in the meantime going to get that mid lane turret without too much trouble. Arrow and Peekaboo.
What? Miso, no, why?
Miso, what are you doing? He's a bit low. Too bad True Shot Barrage is on cooldown. Arrow takes that Dark Passage to get away. Axine was right there, so I guess that's why you could see him going in. They're going to chase. There's a flash. They really want that kill onto Peekaboo. They're going to get him. A parting flay.
Posty flayed after he died. Arrow!
Oh, hi, Arrow. Arrow, what are you doing? Arrow's got the move, man. There's the Crow Sword. Oh, no, that hurts. It hurts bad.
It's not going to hurt about as much as what's going to come
This
here
may
from
hurt
Coco.
more. Flash. There's the death mark onto Axine. Exit stage left. Goodbye. Wow.
So in this situation, when there's a Zed on the other team and your entire team is squishy, Xenics Falcons, they have no tank, really. So basically, Coco has free reign to just run from lane to lane and murder anybody at all.
Here comes Coco.
Including
Coco,
you.
the thirst for blood. Coco the Terrible. There's another kill onto Riven. Man, Coco is 7-0-1 this game. He is.
It's not even 14 minutes yet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it.
It's over.
It is over because it's just there's nobody who can deal with the Zed. There's nobody who can live for a full rotation of Zed's abilities.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't even gone back yet. He's probably sitting on a completed Blade of the Ruined King right now.
Oh, Coco gets caught. There's a Zyra ultimate. He does manage to way though. He's very low. The Ignite taking down. The culling finally takes down Zed. I can't believe they actually got him though. Xenics Storm behind enemy lines, very deep. They're going to go in. There's the box though, chopping up Starlast. Roar in the back lines. Gimgoon jumping on with the ultimate from Renekton. Peekaboo kill, getting bloodthirsty there. They're going to give one to Renekton in the end. And
Reaper,
wow,
what?
Reaper flashes in, but gets nothing out of it. And you can see the frustration in the play from the Xenics Falcons right now. Reaper just doing anything he can. There's the shockwave, but it actually brings Renekton closer. I don't know, man. I don't know. Reaper getting taken out again. It's over.
Peekaboo dies to minions after death sentencing onto the wave. A little bit of trick right there. Reaper gets a kill.
He does. He did get one. He's only 1-5-0 now.
And Miso going to perhaps get a turret, but then called his Zed. Oh.
Well, the death mark went down. Coco coming in again. Can Miso even survive this? No chance. Like you said, Monte Cristo, just like one rotation of his abilities is plenty to take out anybody on this map.
Yeah, he's got boots of mobility right now, too. You know, he knows that nobody is going to be able to live. He's going to be able to use that death mark every time it's off cooldown in order to take somebody out. And the faster he can move between lanes, the more options he's going to have to make these plays.
Oriana, repot, please. Feeder.
I don't know. Axine's
it hurts. Axine too a little bit, but
Axine's jungle fiddle has been a little less than impressive. He's trying to set up right now. Look, they've got the vision control right now. Axine's looking for an option in order to put an ult on 5.
Oh, Reaper, hello, goodbye. Every time he says hello, they say goodbye. Axine comes into the Crow Storm, but again, the party's over pretty fast.
I mean, Axine simply has no items is the problem. And now Gimgoon's going to chase down Starlast right here.
He gets wrapped up. Starlast should be able to escape this one. He's not going to have the slice and the dice. Yeah, he's going to turn on the minions there. And Coco just taking out another turret because why not? Why not? There it is. So, almost a 10,000 gold lead already at about 16 minutes for Xenics Storm, and they're already pushing this inhibitor turret.
Well, I think we could just rename Xenics Storm to Murder Train.
I think so, man. Xenics Murder Train.
It's a good name for a team.
Chew. That's your shot, Rob.
Not even going after the dragon. See, Xenics Storm does not bother themselves.
They're just going to go after Miso one more time. Does manage to dodge that death sentence, but you can't escape death at the hands of Coco. You know, I mean, Coco's not a very scary sounding name either, but now you have to say it like Coco.
I don't know. I think
he's a one-man
gorillas
murder
are pretty intimidating.
I guess, but that gorilla was a friendly one, though. It was the one
Gorillas
that
can
learned
only
sign
be
language and
so
stuff.
friendly, Noah.
That's true. Well, where does Coco land? And the answer is anywhere he wants. He's 10-1-2 this game already.
Got a black cleaver now to back everything up.
Oh, why not? Red pawn on top of that.
Need a little bit more damage, I think. In
Yeah,
the meantime,
I
I mean,
don't
look
think
at
he's doing
Axion.
enough damage
Axion
right
has no AP. I mean, yes, the base damage on Crowstorm is quite high, but it's just,
It's good, but not that good.
I mean, his parties are going to be pretty pathetic.
They are, yeah. They're like the that party where, I don't know, you think it's going to be awesome, but in the end, the cake gets dropped. You know, somebody ends up being really sick, and then a ninja shows up and just kills everyone.
Look at that. That was 2 abilities.
Yeah.
And Crowstorm.
What?
Oh,
And
you
flash.
flashed.
Why not? Why not do it now? And again, it's just pure frustration. This is it.
It's desperation. They're trying to get something.
I have never seen such a soul-crushing defeat. They're gonna get Coco again, it looks like.
Are they?
Oh, that's hard. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Coco coming back, and he's still alive. They don't get him. An unkillable ninja actually coming in. Finally, they pick up that kill on him. A double kill for Peekaboo. And Roar doing the moonwalk with bullets.
This is one of the biggest stomps we've ever seen in Champions.
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted, and I don't use that word very often, but this is a flabbergasting defeat. And I mean, other words I could maybe describe this game for the Genera Falcons as is soul-crushing, possibly.
Tear-wrenching.
Gut-wrenching. Any body part wrenching, really. The more painful you can imagine probably applies. Ear-wrenching. It really hurts when somebody grabs your ear, man.
Well, they're doing what they can, but now Xenics
Yeah.
Storm just going to go back and buy up some items. They've got a little bit of gold to work with right here. 9,000 gold, nearly 10K already for Coco right here. Triple Dorans and a Seeker's Arm Guard with Home Guard boots. About all that Rebirth can muster up here on his Orianna. And if you take a look at what Coco has already has, that's just not going to do a lot. He's working on his last Whisper down, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, now it's
Goodbye.
just, he can do this. They got this. Coco with the shockwave. They do wrap him up enough. Deathmark comes in. Not enough damage. They actually do take out Coco.
4v1.
It was a 4v1. That's what it takes.
Well, the Fiddle Pick is strong here at the very least because of the fear that it allows them time to kill Zed.
I think Arrow's like, did somebody say 1v4? I can do this. Decides not to out of mercy.
He's a merciful weapon.
He is. That's right. He's the style of like the sheathed sword or whatever it is. He's like totally the Kenshin of this game. He's like, I'm only going to use a reverse blade katana.
Well, they've bought themselves a little bit of time while Coco takes a while to revive right here. Swift in charge of clearing out the minion waves with the undertow.
Yep.
Your shot barrage arrow popping over the side with Arcane Shift.
That's right. Actually taking a lot of damage from Swift already. And Storm, man. This is, I mean, Xenics Storm was originally coached by Yellow, who was known as the Storm Zerg in StarCraft, known for his crazy, crazy aggression. I feel like this is the first time I've seen Xenics Storm really kind of, even though Yellow is long gone from
the spirit of Yellow is still here.
That's right. I feel like the Storm Zerg style is actually here for Xenics Storm finally.
Now they're going to go ahead and take a 21-minute Baron because there's absolutely no chance that
why not?
The Genera Falcons can stop them right here. And with the items they already have, they're going to get it quite quickly.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Take it down, roll on out.
Yep.
And
roll off.
Roll off. Hopefully finish this game. Swift.
Well, it's such a casual game for him. He's more like stroll off at this point, you know?
That's right, just strolling through the rift.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, everybody going to take a little moment to recall right here. We're just waiting. Xenics Storm playing this out surprisingly patiently. With the exception of that one little
Zed's so
face
bored.
check by Zed.
Yeah, Zed's getting so bored. He's adding like a couple extra Z's at the start of his name. See, taking a nap with the.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that one didn't work out very well. It's okay. Note to self: the Zed joke with the extra Z's was not funny. Dear Diary, today I told a really unfunny Zed joke on Champions. And then there was a fight in the jungle where the Junior Falcons all died. True Shot Barrage did a lot of damage before the fight began. Well.
Yeah, pushing away now.
Then there wasn't a fight.
There wasn't a fight at all. Everybody.
Right. Throw storm. Hi. And Kim Goon is there. Arrow uses the cleanse immediately. Kim Goon wrapped on the middle, but look at all the damage coming out of Renekton. And Ezreal does get taken down, but now Swift somehow coming in from behind, and Peekaboo in the back lines as well. Miso very, very low. And now Xenics Storm going to be able to start to clean up everybody. Coco claims his first victim. Goodbye, Sarlass. He's just standing there, completely given up at this point.
Everybody was just standing there, the slash laughing.
Surrender it, Twather. There it is. It is over, and man, I want to cry. Like, I feel a single tear sliding down my cheek right now for the Falcons, because that was a raffle stomp.
It was. I mean, really, from the first moment of that game.
That was.
Well, Xenics Storm proves that
painful.
They are a very aggressive, champion killing oriented team, and the Junior Falcons didn't really have an answer to that in game 2.
Yeah.
Pretty bad composition from them too.
Like the Xenics Storm, just in all their practice time leading up to this after the offline qualifiers, they just played ARAM. That's it. Nothing but ARAM.
Well, a disappointing start to their season, but they are a playoff team, and Xenics Storm will take 3 points to top Group D.
Yeah. Pretty cool start to that, actually, and now